So I want to do a mole conversions review and really just start off with a look here at our conversions of metric conversions. So 1 inch is equivalent to 2.54 centimeters and 12 inches is equivalent to 1 foot. And just very briefly here, look at how you set these conversions up. So this example here, 15 inches to a centimeter. Well, you know our conversions here, and we're going to set up our conversion factor, or basically our conversion to use. And once you start here with 15 inches over 1, because you start all of these problems exactly the same way. Put what you're given over 1, and you have inches on the top. You must have inches down here on the bottom. You just have to. I can go directly to centimeters, and then I'm going to use my conversion from up here. 1 inch is equivalent to 2.54 centimeters. These are going to divide out, multiply across to get our answer. So in your calculator, you're going to type in 15 times 2.54, giving us 38.1 as our answer in centimeters. Let's do one more conversion here. 15 centimeters again, but this time I'm going to feet. If I look at my conversions, I cannot go directly from centimeters to feet. I have to go from centimeters to inches, and then inches to a foot. So down here I will have centimeters, and on the top I need to get it into inches first. So 2.54, again I'm getting this directly from my conversion up here to 1 inch. Centimeters cancel. I'm in inches, so 1 inch on top. I need 1 inch on the bottom down here, and I can do an inch to foot conversion. I know that in 1 foot, the bigger one gets to 1, that there are 12 inches. And again, if you weren't sure on that, again, right up here on our conversions, you can look, and that tells you 1 foot, 12 inches. Again, inches cancel, and I can multiply on the top, divide on the bottom. So I will do 15 divided by 2.54 divided by 12 to get my answer of 0.49. With sig figs here, you want to have, in this example problem, 2 sig figs, so 0.49 is appropriate. Now let's apply this to gram to mole conversions. Now, this is no different, what we are doing here, than our metric review that we just finished. The only thing that's different here is now we have different conversions. We're using 1 mole is equivalent to 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd particles, and 1 mole equals the atomic mass of that element in grams. That's molar mass. So we have 15 moles, and I'm going to convert 15 moles to grams. So 15 moles over 1 is, again, you start the problems exactly the same way. Mole is on top, mole has to be on the bottom here. And I have this set up right here, this GMA. If you remember it, it works for me. Grandma, GMA, it tells you to go from grams to moles to atoms or to particles. That's kind of our roadmap to follow here. So I'm going to take moles, and I can go directly from moles to grams in 1 step, so I know I can put grams on the top. And now I want to look at my conversions. Do I want to use this conversion or this one? Well, this one deals with particles, not grams. This one has grams in it. I definitely want to be using this one. In 1 mole, how many grams are there? Well, for our example here, let's say we had 15 moles of carbon. Carbon, I need its atomic mass. If you look on your periodic table, the atomic mass of carbon is going to be 12.01. That's right off your periodic table. So I'm going to place 12.01 at the top. Moles cancel. 15 times 12.01 because I multiply across the top. And you receive 180.15 grams. Checking sig figs. I want to have 2 sig figs in my answer, so 180 grams of carbon box your final answer here. One last problem, one last example. 15 grams, and I'm going to convert that to atoms. Let's go ahead and do 15 grams and convert that to atoms. Again, start with what you're given over 1. And really, here you want to make sure that you put in your units. So this example, I did not put in my units. So you want to make sure that you put in your units. And right in here are grams. So if I have grams up here, I need grams on the bottom. Again, can I go directly from grams to atoms? Well, Grandma says, no, I can't. Can't go from G to A. To go from grams to moles, and then moles to atoms. So on the top here, I will have moles. And my conversion, again, 1 mole equals the atomic mass in grams of my element. Again, for this one, again, we can do carbon. So 1 mole, and it's 12.01 grams of carbon in 1 mole. I'm now currently in moles, and I want to get into atoms. I can go from M to A according to my grandma says so, M to A. So, moles on top, we'll put moles on the bottom, atoms on top. In 1 mole, how many atoms are there? How many particles are there? Avogadro's number, 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd. Atoms in 1 mole. I will divide and then multiply to get my final answer. So our final answer here is going to be 15 divided by 12.01 times, remember parentheses, 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd in parentheses, and we are getting here as an answer 7.51 times 10 to the 23rd as my answer, atoms of carbon. So you follow these exact same steps over and over and over again. They never change. They're always the same to every problem. You just apply these conversions here, these conversion factors. You need to know these for mole conversions.